So what does it even mean to extract lines from paper art? Well, let me show you why it matters when you're working in Procreate. If I have drawn a picture on a piece of paper and I've taken a photo of it and I want to add it to Procreate, I insert the photo. Here's my photos and I select it, and here it is imported into Procreate. It's all on one layer. And what this is the photograph of the drawing on the paper. And that includes not only the lines, but as you can see here from the torn edge, also the paper. So the layer is an opaque layer that includes both the black lines and the white paper. If I color over the white paper, but I also color over the black lines. Now, if I try to draw on another layer, underneath this layer, say to color in the shirt purple, I can draw and draw on that layer, but I won't be able to see anything because of the opacity of the lines and the white paper. I can't lower the opacity of that because I will also lose opacity on the lines. I can try and make a layer above the line layer and color the shirt in that way, and of course that works. But if I cross over the lines with the paint, then the lines get obscured, and that requires me to go very, very slowly so I don't cover up those lines. And even going slowly, you can see how the quality of the line is diminished. So really, this is not how you want to work with your line art if you are looking to add color. What you want to do is extract these lines away from that opaque paper background so that what comes in is only the black lines on a transparent background. Then you can color on a layer beneath the lines and the line quality is perfectly preserved. Let me show you what that looks like with this little sketch. This is an example of a situation where I have extracted the lines from the previous drawing. As you can see, there is no paper. All that I have are the lines on a transparent background. This gray shows you that if I turn off the background color, the only thing that has come in is in fact the black lines. And I can draw, and any colors that I put in will be beneath the lines. If I make a mistake and cross the line, it's still underneath the line art. Therefore, nothing about the quality of the hand-drawn lines is marred when I add color. Now, Erin Fitzgerald is going to teach you, as she taught me, how you can extract your line art using the free app Medibang Paint and then import that into Procreate.
Okay. So you want to click on Medibang Paint. And you're going to get a bunch of garbage, pop up that's like ads and stuff like that. And a login, you don't have to log in to do this. So in this scenario, ignore all of that. And if you look at the left, the first option under login is New Canvas. Click on that. And then depending on where you save your pictures, you save yours in Photos, you'll want to click Browse and Import. And then that'll give you a menu and you pick a picture from that menu and it should pop up. There it goes. So it pops up onto the canvas. The very first question it asks is whether you want to either extract lines or reverse line extraction. So you want to click Extract Lines. And as long as the black is showing up enough and you don't feel like you have to mess with anything here, that's all you have to do. So you can press Done, top right corner.
Do you ever find you do have to mess with things here?
If my lines are not great, I mean, you can do that later too when you pull it into Procreate, but
Okay.
I sometimes will darken a line, but usually I just click Done as soon as it's extracted the lines. Because you can fool with that later. It always asks this question and you have to choose protect or don't protect. In this scenario, it does not matter what you do because that has to do with if you're continuing to edit in this program. So okay, so you've done all that. Then the next thing you want to do is go back up to the top left corner where the menu is, the 3 lines, and go to Export PNG or JPEG files. So you've extracted the line, now you just want to save that somewhere. So you pulled that up, and what you want is the option PNG transparent. And it'll give you options for where you want to save it. I save mine in files, but you can also just open it or save it directly into Procreate. And then once that's done, press close. And do this part because it is important to see. Go on up to the top left menu button again and close the canvas. If you're not doing anything else in here but that, you've already done what you need to do. So close the canvas. You don't have to save. You leave without saving. And each time it will show some ad. And I'm just showing you that because it catches me off guard if I don't remember that it does that. There is probably a way to get rid of all that noise if you sign up and everything, but just showing that you don't have to have a login to do this.
Great.
And you're done. You can close that and then open Procreate and see if you can find your page, your canvas.
There it is.
Now open that and check what layer it's on. It's probably already on it sort of saves it like an ink layer. I love to name my layers immediately.
Oh, wait, now I'm supposed to be able to write on this to do it.
You can learn on that too? You're kidding.
Anyway, let's see if it did. Well, it didn't. Okay, just hang on. Cut. INK. Yeah, it worked.
Wow.
I'm just still learning that.
Okay, so yeah, go to a new layer. And because the lines are extracted, you don't have to fool with reference or anything. The lines are already not, the background is not included on them.
Right.
It's only white behind it because you have a background color layer.
There.
It's automatically there, yeah.
If that was off, it would be just gray, showing it was transparent.
Right.
Then if I wanted to make his chair orange, I could do it. And it doesn't impact the ink layer. It's under it and it doesn't mess with it.
It's under it. However, if you're wanting to fill.
Yes, talk to me about that.
That's another thing. So play around with that and see, because I don't remember.
Yeah, does it function as a reference layer? Let's see, here's a closed shape right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've turned this on as a reference layer. And so let's see if it works. It does.
Go back to your color layer too and make sure that, oh yeah, I see.
Oh wait, did I put it on the ink layer? I didn't mean to do that. Thanks. It does work as a reference layer.
And it works that way because it is treating it as ink, but the one thing to point out, if you extract lines and pull them in, there are probably holes in some of those places that you don't realize.
Yes, so like right there was a hole, so I could not fill that clock.
So a lot of times, like I'm using this for my project because I'm doing some fixes and then doing color. And what I find is that a lot of times there are little loopholes like that I have to fix within the ink layer using the pen before I go back into color, if I'm going to color that way, or I have to color using the pen and not using the fill.
So you would fix it like how? Like this?
Yeah. Or just, yeah, it depends on how much surface you're.
Or then you have to take the reference out. Whoa!
Yeah, no, yeah.
In the wrong layer.
Yeah, I don't, right. Or just coloring it in, I mean, if it's just a small thing, I'll just color it in instead of fill.
Right.
But, yeah.
Wow, this has changed my life, I think.